Welcome to LV Live Rant Show. Please, if you can, hit that like, share, subscribe button. And for me, also, too, if you could hit that bell icon, it would be truly appreciated, man, so you can get notifications on all my newest topics and rants coming out. Also, too, please keep a lookout for my show that I have coming out, me and my boy Jeff, called The Blue Steel Show. But let's get straight into it. My Knicks, my Knicks, my Knicks. Where do I start? All I can say is, look, it was a great season, all right? It was a season that we thought we didn't know what we were going to get. How about that? It just so happens that we were just blessed with a great season. They pretty much electrified us. They made us happy. And they pretty much pulled a rabbit out the hat because we did not see them making the playoffs, and we definitely did not see them being the fourth seed in the Eastern Conference and just having just such a great season like they did. Some people look at the season as a failure. I look at it as a success. Even though we didn't go as far as some of us hoped, I thought they went further than any of us ever dreamed of that they would do with the roster that they have. Who saw Julius Randle doing what he did this year? Who saw us even getting Derrick Rose? Who saw people like Obi Toppin, stepping up the way he did? At times also too, R.J. Barrett coming around the corner just with his skill set getting a little bit better. Just the certain things that the Knicks were doing this year, man. They just seemed they had so much grit. They worked their way up and pretty much made the city proud. And I think, believe it or not, it's still solidified that this is a Knicks town. This is a Knicks city. And even though that team across the river over there is doing pretty good and is probably going to win a championship this year, this is still a Knicks town. So that's something that I thought was fabulous and what I loved. Absolutely bringing the fans back into the Garden for the playoffs was electric, man. It just showed you how much the city is behind the Knicks and how many fans that there still are that love the Knicks and really want the Knicks to pretty much do well and have something to be proud of and have something to cheer for. Was the greatest feeling. And even at the end of the game, when you see that the Knicks were pretty much done, the season came to an end, the crowd stood up and they clapped their hands and they cheered because once again, like I said, no one expected, no one saw this coming. That the Knicks would have such a solid year, and they were pretty much just get us excited again about basketball back in the Garden, especially during the playoffs. And that was just a great feeling. Now, getting into my issues that I have. What this showed pretty much is that, don't get mad at me, people, but Julius Randle's not ready. He's just not. He's a solid player, but is he a star? And to be in the Garden, on Broadway, box office, with the billboards up, we need star power. We need star power. We need it. We need it. We need it. We need it. That's what's going to generate, and that's what's going to get the Knicks back to where they need to. And the NBA is driven off of star power, off of your guard play. And what we saw was that the Hawks had the star, which was Trae Young. And that was the difference in the game, was him. He was the star. He could do whatever he wanted. He can go wherever he wanted to go. He could make whatever shot he wanted to make. You know why? Because he's a star in this league, a young star at that. And the Knicks don't have that. And so that was pretty much the issue. This is a guard-driven league, so you have to have a guard that's going to be able to put up numbers and be able to pretty much electrify the city, be able to pull from deep, a la Trae Young, Steph Curry, Devin Booker, Damian Lillard, of course, and as we all know, the Splash Brothers. Need I say more? I'm just going to say both of them, the Splash Brothers. You guys know what I'm talking about. That's what the Knicks need. They need a piece like that. They need a star that's going to be willing to come here. Now, how are they going to get that star? Obviously, they're going to have to give up some trades. They're going to have to move some pieces, move some money around, do whatever they got to do. But that should be the goal. Would I sign Julius Randle to a long-term deal? I would not. Not yet. Not yet. I just don't think he's ready. When you get into the playoffs, right? When you get into the playoffs and you pretty much have the spotlight on you, and I think this is the first time all year, think about it, guys, that the fans were there. So now there is even more pressure being in the Garden and doing the things that you need to do. You could tell certain guys were a little shaky. They were shaky. Their palms were getting sweaty. They were having a hard time dealing with that pressure. It was very, very obvious. Shots that they usually hit weren't going down, and they were getting frustrated. It was very noticeable, especially with players like Julius Randle. He didn't look like the most improved player in the league. He looked like a guy that was forcing and just trying and just didn't have it. R.J. Barrett also, another young player, had a great season. But him and Julius Randle, honestly, this summer, they have to go and work on their right hand. That's all I would do. All workouts, right hand. Right hand, right hand, right hand, right hand, right hand. I would tie my left hand behind my back and everything would be right hand. I would even shoot jump shots with my right hand, layups with the right hand. Everything right-handed. Everything. Because I'm sure you guys saw in the series that it was evident. They could not go right. They was all left and the Hawks were banking on that. And, and it's just certain things that, they're going to have to work on. R.J. Barrett's really got to get back in the gym. He's got to be in the gym all summer long, all summer until the season starts. Like he should take maybe a couple of days off, sleep, and pack up your bags and go somewhere and start working. Start working. That's what the greats do. Start working. Work on that right hand. Same thing with Julius Randle. He obviously was working on his game last year because he came back with a jump shot. He came back, a little bit of couple, dribbles or moves off the dribble, off the bounce and stuff like that. He was able to do some things this year, which was very impressive. But he's got to work on his game. You know why? Because the league's going to be ready next year. Because they saw what he did this year with the Knicks, so now the league's going to be ready, and they're going to be on clamps, on lockdown. And once they review what the Hawks did, most teams are going to do that. They're going to make him go left, or they're going to make him go, they're going to make him go right, and that's going to stop him from pretty much being able to do whatever he wants to do. So him and R.J. Barrett, get back in the gym, work on that right hand. So it was a lot of great things. I mean, Tibbs is a perfect player, perfect coach that they put in to pretty much bring a great system over here with the Knicks. I love it, man. We need a star. We need a star. We need a piece. We need a piece, and they're out there. All right? I don't care what you got to do, man. Get Dame Lillard. Because he wants to be in a big city like this. He's dying for it. Now, he loves Portland. It's a big, he even has said it. But if you can get him in a major market, market one on Broadway, oh man, electric. You couldn't give away a ticket to get to the Garden. You could spend it'll be so hard to get a ticket for the Garden. It'll be ridiculous, man. It'll be filled to the rafters just to watch him play. And if he is, with that Superman cape that he's been playing with out there in Portland, he brings that same thing over to the Garden. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, I don't even have any words for it. But the thing is this. That's what we need, man. That's what we need. I like all the other pieces that we have, too. I like Reggie Bullock. I like quickly coming off the bench. I like him. I like Tompin. I like a lot of guys. Remember, Robinson's coming back next year, too. I even like Nolan. Nolan. I like him, too. But R.J. Barrett's got he's got great size. He's got great athleticism. He's got to work on his right hand. I keep on stressing that. He's got to work on his right hand. He has to. He has to in order to ascend and get to the next level in this league. Excuse me, guys. He's got to work on that. He's got to work on that right hand. I like Derrick Rose. I love Derrick Rose. I'd love to bring him back also, but at a good price, right? At a good price, because in order to get somebody like Dame Lillard, or even who I would love to get, would be a Devin Booker. If we can get him, oh. Now, of course, this is all wishing, right? It's like Christmas, right? But if we can get a player like that, that will be fabulous. And that's what the Knicks and that's what they got to do this year. They got to wheel and deal and figure out what deals they could make. Of course, they have they made great moves in the front office. I think they have a World Wide West up there and a couple other guys, I forget, who have great connections with players. So through that, hopefully they can Make some deals, man. Make some moves. Get some guys up in here. But we need stars. We need stars. We don't need guys who are like the second or third option. And that's what Julius Randle is. I mean, I like him. He had a breakout season this year, and he played well. And I think he's a good player. I think he's a solid player. But is he a legitimate star? Because he showed it. He showed it in the playoffs who he is. That's who he is. Now, could he come around and become a better player? Yes. I mean, of course. I think he's ascending. He can get better. But you need a guy that's ready now. Okay? You need a star that's ready now. Dame Lillard is ready now. Devin Booker is ready now. Kawhi Leonard is ready now. You need guys that are ready for the spotlight and ready for 34th Street Broadway Sunday top tier game against the Nets. Those guys are ready. Or against the Sixers, primetime game against the Knicks in the Garden, ready. I mean, because those are the type of players that you need to pretty much when the lights come on. When the lights come on, they ready, man. They don't blink. They don't blink. They don't freeze under the pressure. And that's what you need. And I think that once the Knicks are able to pull in some talent like that, we'll fully be back. But this year was great. This year was great. This year was a great appetizer to get us excited about what the future is going to hold. With Tibbs at the helm, I think he's doing a great job. And I think he's going to continue to do a great job. We just got to give him those pieces. We give him those pieces, we're going to be good to go. All right? So people, listen, I hope you enjoyed my rant. Thank you for coming by and checking me out. All right? Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Also, too, hit that bell icon for notifications about my new rants coming up. And also, too, please keep a lookout for my Blue Steel show with me and my boy Jeff. We have it on Mondays and Wednesdays nights. It's a pretty good show. It's all sports related, something that I love to talk about, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. All right? So listen, I appreciate you guys coming through. Enjoy. Take care of your day. Peace.